Angel Reese is a champion in the unrivaled that virtually no one watched. People immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished.
The unrivaled league struggled to gain traction. Viewership numbers were lackluster, and even die-hard basketball fans barely tuned in. Unlike the WNBA, which commands millions of viewers during its playoffs, or even college basketball's March Madness, which grips the nation, Unrivaled felt like a niche experiment that never quite broke through. ESPN tried to drum up excitement, but their coverage couldn't mask the fact that the league lacked the cultural weight of its counterparts. It wasn't the WNBA Finals. It wasn't even close to a college national championship. It was at best a glorified summer league, a showcase that felt more like an exhibition than a high-stakes competition. The Rose, Reese's team, faced off against Vinyl in the championship game, a matchup that was supposed to be a defining moment for the league.
National championship at LSU. She was the rebounding queen of the WNBA. Now she has a championship in the unrivaled, and she's deep.
But the event flew under the radar. The arenas weren't packed, the TV ratings didn't soar, and the buzz was minimal. For a league banking on star power to draw attention, the absence of marquee names like Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, or Breanna Stewart was glaring. Even Sabrina Ionescu, initially slated to participate, opted out early. The lack of elite talent diluted the league's credibility, making it feel less like a showcase of the best and more like a side project for players with time on their hands. So why did Angel Reese's championship win dominate headlines? Simple, the media machine. Reese has a knack for staying in the spotlight, and her supporters wasted no time framing this victory as a crowning achievement. But the truth is messier. Reese didn't just miss a game or two, she skipped the entire playoff run, including the championship. While her teammates battled on the court, she was nowhere to be found, opting instead to FaceTime into the post-game celebration and claim her share of the glory. It's a move that's raised eyebrows, sparked criticism, and left fans wondering, how can you call yourself a champion when you weren't even in the building? Angel Reese's absence, a choice that speaks volumes. Let's get to the heart of the controversy.
Beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend. She went to LeBron James's youngest son's high school.
Angel Reese, one of the most polarizing figures in women's basketball, was a no-show for the unrivaled playoffs. While her teammates were grinding it out, she was reportedly attending other events, including LeBron James's son's high school state championship game. Now, there's nothing wrong with supporting young athletes or balancing personal commitments. But when you're part of a team competing for a championship, however minor that championship may be, your absence sends a message. And in Reese's case, that message was loud and clear. This didn't matter enough to show up. Imagine the outrage if a star athlete in any other sport pulled a similar move. Picture LeBron James skipping the NBA Finals to attend a high school game, then tweeting, "What y'all gonna say now?" after his team won. Or Caitlin Clark missing the NCAA championship and FaceTiming into the celebration as if she just dropped 40 points. The sports world would lose its mind. Analysts would question their commitment, fans would cry foul, and the narrative would shift from celebration to scrutiny. Yet, with Reese, the rules seem different. Her absence was brushed off by some media outlets, and her supporters doubled down, insisting she's a champion regardless of her participation. The optics are brutal. Reese's decision to skip the playoffs wasn't just a scheduling conflict, it was a statement about priorities. If the unrivaled championship was truly a significant milestone, as her fans claim, why wasn't she there? Why didn't she feel the need to suit up, cheer from the bench, or at least be in the arena to support her squad? Instead, she chose to celebrate from afar, popping into the post-game press conference via FaceTime like a guest star on a Zoom call.
She would show up. She could afford it.
I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up, did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory.
It's the kind of move that feels more performative than genuine, more about branding than basketball. To be fair, Reese's defenders argue that the unrivaled league isn't a traditional professional league, and her absence shouldn't overshadow her contributions during the regular season. They point to her LSU national championship, her WNBA rebounding prowess, and her Defensive Player of the Year nod as proof of her greatness. But this argument falls flat when you consider the context. Championships, even in lesser-known leagues, are about showing up when it counts. Reese's teammates, like Chelsea Gray, who dropped 30 points in the championship game, carried the load while she watched from the sidelines. To claim the same glory without the same sacrifice feels disingenuous. The media machine, crafting the Angel Reese narrative. The unrivaled controversy isn't just about Reese's absence, it's about the broader narrative being constructed around her. Since her days at LSU, where she led the Tigers to a national championship and became a household name, Reese has been a media darling. Her larger-than-life personality, unapologetic confidence, and
how important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building.
ESPN, for instance, covered the unrivaled championship with enthusiasm, highlighting Reese's achievement while conveniently
Social media
sidestepping her
campaigns
absence.
amplified the narrative, with fans and influencers rushing to crown her
It's
a
as
champion.
if the act of winning matters less than the act of celebrating. Compare this to how
When
other
Caitlin Clark
athletes
has
are
a
treated.
subpar game,
Analysts dissect every turnover. When ncaa Wilson or Breanna Stewart win a title, it's because they dominated on the court, not because
Reese, it
they showed
seems,
up
gets
for
a
the photo
pass
op.
that
others do not. This double standard raises uncomfortable questions. Is the media so invested in Reese's star power that they're willing to bend the truth? Are they prioritizing her brand over the integrity of the sport? And why is it that Reese's absence is framed as a minor detail, while in other players would be a scandal? The answer lies in the power of narrative. Reese's story, her charisma, her defiance, her ability to command attention, fits the mold of a modern
But narratives
sports
alone
icon.
don't
win championships. And at some point, the scoreboard has to match the headlines. The Caitlin Clark contrast. A study in commitment to understand the Angel Reese saga. It's worth comparing her to another rising star, Caitlin Clark.
So much of this championship that she was like, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates. So I'll FaceTime in. No.
The Iowa phenom turned WNBA rookie has taken the basketball world by storm, not just with her on-court brilliance, but with her relentless work ethic and commitment to the game. Clark's impact is
Her
undeniable.
rookie season
with the Indiana Fever boosted WNBA attendance by 105% for games she played in, and road games saw an 87% spike in
debut
opponent
game
home
sparked
crowds.
a
200% jump in viewership, and Fever home games drew a league-high 186,000 fans. These aren't just numbers,
265%
they're proof
increase
of
from
a
the
player
previous
reshaping
season.
the sport.
Every
Every
move
assist,
is
every turnover,
scrutinized.
every clutch shot is analyzed like a national event. If she were to miss a championship game, the backlash would be swift and unforgiving. Fans would demand answers, analysts would question her leadership, and her legacy would take a hit. Yet Clark doesn't
She
shy
shows
away
up
from the
night
pressure.
after night,
battling through double teams and physical defenses to prove her worth. Her commitment to the game is evident in every sweat-soaked jersey, every post-game interview, every moment she spends honing her craft. Now, while
Contrast
Clark is
that with
grinding on the
Reese.
court, Reese is often grinding on social media, crafting her brand with tweets and appearances that keep her in the headlines.
No one wanted a 3-on-3 full-court women's basketball league, and no one paid attention to this. Let's put together a social media campaign, and let's pretend like Angel.
There's nothing wrong with building a personal brand. Athletes like Serena Williams and LeBron James have done it masterfully. But it can't come at the expense of the game itself. Reese's absence from the unrivaled playoffs, coupled with
This
her
isn't to say
decision
Reese
claim the
lacks
spotlight
talent
or
anyway.
potential, feels like a missed opportunity to show the same level of dedication
Her
as
LSU
her peers.
championship
Championship was a legitimate triumph, earned through grit and dominance. Her rebounding prowess in the WNBA is real, and her Defensive Player of the Year nod reflects her impact. But the unrivaled saga highlights a pattern. Too often, Reese's narrative is driven by hype rather than substance. While Clark and others let their game speak for them, Reese seems content to let the media and her social media presence
It's
do
a
the
risky
talking.
strategy.
One that could backfire if the gap between perception and reality grows too wide.
Of her odds. Look at her defenders. They moonwalk backwards. She's always gonna be open. If only the IRS left me alone like Angel's defenders leave her.
Chelsea Gray and the real heroes of Unrivaled. While the media fixates on Reese, the true stars of the Unrivaled Championship deserve their moment
Chelsea
in the
Gray,
sun.
for
instance, was a one-woman wrecking crew in the title game.
Her
Dropping
performance
30
was a
points in
masterclass in
dominating
leadership
both
and
ends
clutch
of the court,
play.
the kind of effort that defines a champion. Gray and her teammates fought tooth and nail to secure the victory, while Reese watched from afar. Yet in the aftermath, it was Reese's name that trended, Reese's accomplishment
The Rose
that
played
sparked
better,
headlines.
smoother, more
This
cohesive,
dynamic is telling. Without Reese on the court. Fans on X even noted how the team's chemistry improved in her absence, with Gray and others stepping up to fill the void. It's an awkward truth the media has largely ignored. Reese's absence may have been a blessing in disguise.
Tax evasion! Bang! Her new nickname is 7-Eleven because she's open 24/7, baby. Bang! Shout out to my Detroit Pistons, Kate Cunningham, this is for you!
Her playing style, which relies heavily on physicality and rebounding, can sometimes clog up the offense, especially in a fast-paced 3-on-3 found a rhythm that carried them to the title. This raises a deeper question. How significant is Reese's impact, really? If her team thrives without her,